Today we're cooking posh baked potato with beans and cheese. Now when I say posh baked potato, that's because it's not like standard baked potato with beans and cheddar cheese. Instead, we're going to be using sweet potatoes, some black beans from Lidl, and some feta. The actual recipe itself is something I've kind of made up over time. It's really easy as a quick meal after work. I've had a really busy day at work and Rachel's not even home yet. So I'm just going to try and get this ready. It doesn't take very long. And then by the time she gets home, we're ready to have dinner. For this, I would use either 2 big sweet potatoes, or at the minute I only have small ones, so I'm going to use 4 of them. And the cheat with these is I'm going to stick them in the microwave first. So give them all a wee quick prick. So that's them all pricked. I'm going to stick them in the microwave for like 5 minutes, and I'm going to stick the oven on to 180 degrees to heat up. To make the posh beans, it's a kind of whatever you've got in the cupboards. To make the posh beans, it's kind of a whatever you've got in the cupboard scenario. So I have these black beans from Lidl, a shallot, a wee bit of ketchup, some chimichurri which I got from Short Haul Kitchen, which is fantastic. It's a really good add-on to dishes, and some paprika. Okay, so I very roughly cut up the shallots, and I've got a saucepan, not a frying pan. Add some oil into that, and then heat this oil up. This whole recipe probably takes about 20-25 minutes to cook, but I've stuck the sweet potatoes in the microwave straight away because I want them to soften, and once they're soft they'll kind of stay warm, and I'll stick them back in the oven to crisp them up a wee bit. That's the oil, as you can see, very hot, so I'm going to stick the shallots in that and then reduce the heat and cook them for 2 or 3 minutes until they're translucent. So this recipe is kind of open to interpretation. You can add whatever you want to it, whatever spices you've got in the cupboard. And we were actually in Istanbul recently, like 2 weeks ago, and they're really big on baked potatoes as a type of street food. You get it with all these mad fillings, and probably the best one we had roast red peppers in it, garlic yogurt, cheese and jalapenos, and it was absolutely delicious. So that's definitely a combination to try as well. Once the shallots have kind of become translucent, get some paprika and add in however much you'd like. I'd probably go for the equivalent of like a dessert spoonful, and let that cook out for a minute. Now the paprika is kind of cooked out, get the baked beans, or not baked beans, the beans, and then drain them. And then I just stick the entire tin into the hot oil with the shallots and the paprika, trusty fork, and leave that to cook for like 5 minutes or so. That's the sweet potatoes out of the microwave after 5 minutes. Now these are small, so 5 minutes has softened them up nicely, but if you're using bigger ones you might want to go like 7 or 8. I've split those in half now, and I'm just going to place them on a baking tray and put them in the oven. And they can basically just sit in the oven until the dish is ready. As you can probably hear in the background, anytime we're cooking, you always have our trusty helper, Daisy, who is always looking for something that might have fallen on the ground that she can eat. The beans are bubbling away, and you can kind of leave them to cook for as long as you want, but I'm going to add in some ketchup as well. That's going to add a nice sweetness to it. Also like a good teaspoonful of salt, because salt makes everything taste better. Also going to add in a good dash of this chimichurri. It's got like parsley, coriander, garlic, chili, everything in it. So you can add it in at the end as well, but I actually think adding it into the cooking also benefits it too. And in the meantime, time to feed the fish. In for probably about 10 minutes. So I'm going to taste them now and see if they need anything added to them. Really good actually. They're still a bit liquidy, so I'm going to continue cooking them for 10 minutes because Rachel's not home yet, so just gotta wait. But at least the fish have had their dinner. With the feta, we always have feta in the house because it goes well and everything. And with it, it's literally half a packet. And just crumble it up with your hands a wee bit, and then you're gonna sprinkle it over the sweet potato when it's done. And just leave that to the side. This dish was almost healthy until you added this to it. Time to start plating this up. That's the sweet potatoes out of the oven. They're starting to get crispy on the outside, and they are absolutely roasting. So we've got our sweet potatoes, and we've got our beans, sweet potato and beans, and for the feta, and there you have it. Posh baked potato, beans and cheese. What more could you want?